Kamala Harris has been accused of using different accents depending on who she is talking to. And it is extremely bizarre behavior. I don't know anybody in my life who has ever done this, ever. Like, when you talk to people, you can usually tell where they're from, and you're like, what is that accent from? And they will say that they're from Mexico, or they're from, I met somebody recently that is from Quebec, Canada, and you can hear their accent. You can kind of hear a little bit of a difference in the way that they talk, but you don't start talking like them. You don't start trying to mimic them, because that would be insulting. I think it would be incredibly bizarre and off-putting if any of that, and if any of us ever experienced that with anybody that we met. That would be so weird if you met somebody and they just started talking like you. But she has been accused of doing this. So this is a couple of clips. This is Detroit versus Pittsburgh. And she's giving exactly the same speech with two different accents. So this is the first one.
You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. Because what we...
And this is the second one. Same speech.
Thank unions for sick leave. Thank unions for paid family leave. Thank unions for your vacation time.
Let me know, how would you guys react if somebody just started talking completely differently or trying to mimic the culture around you? Interestingly, Peter Doocy actually tried to ask Karine Jean-Pierre why Kamala Harris was doing this. And sorry, that is the wrong thing. Oh, sorry, let me bring it over here. Okay, so Peter Doocy actually decided to bring this up to KJP. And this is obviously something that she is going to brush off, and she is just going to pretend is not happening, because that's what Democrats do. But she asked the question, is this something that is even important? Is this something that we even need to discuss? Is it something that the American people would even care about? And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think that this matters? But let's just hear a little bit of this interaction, and then we'll discuss it a little bit.
Since when does the vice president have what sounds like a Southern accent?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
I mean, this is...
She was talking about unions in Detroit using one tone of voice.
Is this something that
same
you think...
line?
Okay, Peter.
That she used the same line in Pittsburgh, and it sounded like she at least had some kind of a Southern drawl.
I mean, do you hear the question that I mean, do you think Americans seriously think that this is an important question? They care. You know what they care about? They care about the economy. They care about lowering costs. They care about healthcare.
And she's not wrong. Yes, we do care about all of these things. But first of all, for her to ask, is this, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, we just saw it. We just saw that is not a normal, Kamala Harris does not have a Southern accent. This is not a normal tone of voice for her. And to me, it's clear that this is someone who will change and who will adjust and do whatever will make her popular in that moment. It could be from policy to personality, which means you can't trust anything about her, because everything she does is completely fake. She says what she has to say to get what she wants, and we have no idea what we're going to get or what she really stands for, because none of it is consistent. And I just have to think, can you imagine sending this person into meetings with leaders from China or Iran or from Europe? Is she going to try to mimic their accents? And can you imagine how deeply offensive and insulting that would be? And Of course, we know that she's going to end every single one of those meetings with, imagine what can be unburdened by what has been. And of course, just in a different accent. But consistency matters. Knowing what people can expect from you matters. And being someone who can't even be who they are just in the way that they talk, that's a very fundamental and consistent aspect to most people's personality. So not even being able to count on that is disturbing, and it's unsettling, and it's unstable. And those are all things that are the opposite qualities of what we need in the White House, especially when the country is in so much turmoil, is in so much chaos, and we need so many things to be fixed very, very quickly. We have this person that adjusts and changes and flip-flops on literally everything on a cellular level. So we have no idea what we're going to get. Not to mention, of course, we know that she has not really articulated any policies. She likes to talk about the economy. She likes to talk about how she knows that things are expensive for us, that the living conditions in America have drastically gone down. And of course, we need to remind people that this is because of the Biden-Harris administration. She is the Harris in the Biden-Harris administration. So when she talks about things that needs to be fixed, then she is addressing the fact that there are things that are broken, that things have been messed up, that things are not going well. And that is because of the administration that she has been a part of, and in large part that she has created. She has often been the deciding vote on a lot of these very destructive policies. So again, there's so much inconsistency and so much instability in these two people that I truly do not understand how people can't see it, that they won't acknowledge it, that they pretend it's not happening, and that they also pretend that things like joy and happiness are enough of a motivating factor to decide on who to vote for. I mean, I wouldn't vote for Kamala Harris's joy any more than I would vote for Trump because I enjoy his mean tweets. I need to see policy. I need to see track record. I need to see like who you have been. And regardless of whether or not you like Trump or you hate Trump, Trump is Trump, and he's always been Trump. And we know exactly who he is based on his policies, based on his track record. It has nothing to do with what the media has said. He is who he is, and we know exactly who we're going to get.